Welcome to Full Count Rhythm Baseball on the Full Count Broadcast Network. Presented by Full Count Ministries and Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. Now let's head into the ballpark for tonight's game.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Paducah, Kentucky, with today's Ohio Valley League matchup between the Paducah Chiefs and the Full Count Rhythm. Full Count comes in with a 10-game winning streak in first place in the Ohio Valley League. 17-5. So they are 5 games ahead in the win column against Henderson and Fulton. Henderson with a 12-9 record. Fulton has played 23 games. They're playing their 24th game right now. They're playing a doubleheader against Hoptown at home in Fulton and are losing 6-2. And game 2 will start about 30 minutes after the conclusion of game 1 due to some rain earlier in the year. Several teams having to play doubleheaders. Full Count will play 2 doubleheaders next week, Sunday here at Paducah, and then on Thursday, I believe it is, maybe Wednesday, against the Henderson Flash up in Henderson. So a 6:30 start time we're counting on here at Paducah. It is warm, but according to one of the weather apps that I just looked at, there's a 100% chance of rain coming in at 10 p.m. So thankfully, even if the game goes extra innings, it'll only go a half an inning. If you were with us the other day, Commissioner Will Cox went through the tiebreaker, basically. No more long extra inning games. It's just a half inning. So Full Count out in right field. They're in the first base dugout getting together. Everybody taking a knee. We'll have a first start of the year as Jonas Smithson has been added to the roster. He's been the first base coach for the Rhythm all year long. Now he's going to get on the mound for the first time this year. The junior from Trevecca Nazarene University, hometown in Hendersonville. So we'll see what Jonah has to offer in Summer League baseball. I believe it's his second year. I know he's been with the club in some capacity since he graduated from Goodpasture High School. His dad, Jonathan, is the director of ministry for Full Count Ministries. Jonah, number 3 pitcher, I believe, for Trevecca this past year in terms of innings pitched, and he'll be thrown to Jackson Cothran as they are in the bullpen getting ready for today's matchup. Paducah comes in with a record of 10-11. They are also on a winning streak. It's a 4-game winning streak after having lost several games in a row. See if we can tell you about that as we move along in the ball game. But Full Count has now exceeded their second highest ever winning streak. Their longest winning streak in their existence is 14 games. We won't be dwelling on it, but it will be the subject of our 5th inning Full Count Rhythm history lesson. I'll tell you more about that later on as well. So I want to thank Chick-fil-A of Rivergate for being our title sponsor. Todd and Linda Hunley and the Hunley girls, 2 of them who work for Todd and Linda there at the Rivergate store. One works at corporate headquarters down in Atlanta. So they are an all Chick-fil-A family. We appreciate Todd and Linda and Chick-fil-A of Rivergate stepping up to be our title sponsor this year. Todd is on the board for Full Count Ministries, and I know that everybody connected with Full Count is happy about that. Let's take a break, and we'll be back with the Chick-fil-A of Rivergate starting lineups. You're listening to the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Don't strike out at your next party. Order the food that will get your crowd cheering. Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. We have many catering options available, from our Chick-fil-A nugget trays to our original Chick-fil-A sandwiches to our chocolate chunk cookies and fudge brownies. We have something for everyone. Order online at chickfil-a.com or call the store at 615-851-4007.
Now the Chick-fil-A Rivergate starting lineups. First for the visitors, the full count rhythm. Head coach Josh Carmen is back for the rhythm. Gone is Jonah Smithson. He's on the mound, so Jimmy Gamboa will be down at third base as the third base coach. He is the pitching coach. Carson Howard is back from his couple-game hiatus. He'll be at first base in the coach's box. John Paul Head is back as well. He'll lead off and play center field. Jackson Cothran behind the plate, bats second. Hitting third is the shortstop tonight. That's Devin McCarron. Batting cleanup is Jake Merrick after a 2-game rest. He'll be playing third base. Trace Simmons, a DH, bats fifth. Jake Turr playing second base, batting sixth. Nolan Sargent out in right field. He'll hit seventh. Blake Carter at first base, batting eighth. And Cade Moore playing probably his fifth different position for the rhythm. He's out in left field tonight, and he'll hit ninth. And as I said, Jonah Smithson, the oldest son of John and Amy Smithson, is on the mound for his first appearance this year in the Ohio Valley League. He's a right-hander. Big brother of Micah and Brody, and the grandson of Granddaddy in Nashville, and Pop and Mimi there in Gallatin. Tell you more about Jonah's sophomore year at Trevecca a little later on. And he will face the Paducah Chiefs lineup, coached by Leon Worth. He's assisted by Scott Tucker. Pitching coach is Kent Wallace. Leading off for the Chiefs, playing second base, Noah Wagster. Batting second is the center fielder, TK Madera. Brett Haas at third base hits third. Easton Denning over at first base. He'll back cleanup, and Braden Baker bats fifth, playing shortstop. Gunnar Bingham, a longtime Paducah Chiefs player, in right field, hitting sixth, playing in his third game of the year. Javin Gauthier is a DH. He'll bat seventh. Joey Ruiz, also a new player, playing in his third game. He'll be behind the plate, batting eighth. And Nate Lang, the left fielder, bats ninth. And on the mound for the Chiefs, Niall Adcock from the University of Kentucky. His hometown is Pinckneyville, Illinois. Adcock on for his fourth appearance. It's his second start. Got 2 relief appearances. June 19th and then June 21st. 5 days ago, got a start against Madisonville, went 6 innings. Did not get the decision in that game. He does not have a decision in any of the 3 games. He's thrown 10 2/3 innings, given up 10 hits, 3 runs. They were earned, walked 5, struck out 11, and has a sub-2 ERA. He'll get his first appearance against the Rhythm this year. A right-hander. I don't have height and weight for the Paducah Chiefs. I actually don't have height and weight for Jonah Smithson. I'm guessing, if I recall, about 6'2", go with 190. Known Jonah since he was in middle school, I guess. Maybe even younger than that. Jonah, 15 appearances last year for Trevecca this past spring, all starts. Had a 4-6 record in 61 innings pitched, struck out 63 batters. Trevecca's first year in the Gulf South Conference. It was a much more difficult conference than the GMAC that they were in prior to that. He throws a fastball, a slider, a splitter, and a curveball. I think he has thrown in some live ABs, I would assume, at Framework Athletics. But he will get his first game action since either late April or early May. It'll be good to see him back out on the mound. See, the coaches and umpires are meeting at home plate. That's Leon Worth in the red BP top, former Major League Baseball scout. Can't remember now exactly who all he's scouted for, but it's a number of teams. Josh Carmen back from his 1 week and mission work down in Nicaragua. He's speaking with Chris Dykeman, who will be the first base umpire. James Purnell down at third base, behind the plate, Eric Dunsford. As we are here at Brooks Stadium, Doc Heidig Field. Saw Doc before the ball game. Didn't get a chance to talk to him, but he is an institution here in Paducah. Was the president of the National Chiropractic Association for a number of years. He is over 80 years old, and he's still at the ballpark taking care of the field. And his story is that he resurrected Brooks Stadium. I think they were going to tear it down sometime in the 60s or 70s or 80s. I'm not sure when it was, but he and a group of other people helped resurrect it. So we're glad that he did. This is the biggest ballpark, linear feet-wise, from home plate to the outfield wall in the Ohio Valley League. I measured 398 feet on Google Earth to dead center field. I think they may say 400 out there in right center field between a couple of the signs, so I'm not going to nitpick over 2 feet. 335 down the right field line. Don't see a marker for the left field line, but I measured it at 335, 370 in the left center field alley, and 380 in the right center field alley, and 400 to dead center, total of about 1,820 feet. That is the largest by 100 feet. Next largest is Madisonville with the shortest center field fence at 335. Low House Field in Fulton, Kentucky is the smallest, measures total of 1,550 feet. So almost 275 feet difference in the size of the ballpark. Of course, Low House has that very, very short right field fence at 225 feet. They're playing a doubleheader there tonight. Uptown Hoppers lead 6-3 in game 1. So we are apparently going to get a late start here. They normally do a live performance of the national anthem. See some youngsters out on the field over by the third base dugout, so I would assume that will happen again. All time, the Rhythm are 22-3 against the Paducah Chiefs. Paducah comes in with an overall record since 2016 in the Ohio Valley League of a 161 and 201. They just lost their 200th and 201st game prior to their 4-game winning streak. The Rhythm overall record of 148 and 70 as the starting lineup for full count is being announced. Jay Myers says, late is okay. They're on their way here. Little brother Brody listening in. You're not acting like you're your mom today and asking a goofy question from your mom's phone there, Brody. He dimed you out that one time. Good to have you, and glad the Myers are able to get up here. I'm going to guess we're 5-10 minutes maybe away from actual first pitch. But all games typically here start at 6:30, and this is not the day to have a late start with the rain coming in. Pretty decent radar signature on the app that I looked at, so we don't want to mess around with that. It's an all-natural surface here, so grass and dirt. We don't want to stick around while the tarp gets put on. I know that. So the defensive alignment for the Chiefs, as they are being announced: Nate Lang in left field, TK Madera in center, Gunnar Bingham is the right fielder, Brett Haas at third, Braden Baker at shortstop, Noah Wagster at second base. Big, tall Easton Denning is the first baseman. So I have broadcasted his freshman year at Volunteer State Community College down in Gallatin. Behind the plate, Joey Ruiz for his third game of the year with the Chiefs, and on the mound now at Adcock from the University of Kentucky. Easton Denning, 6'3", 215-pound rising sophomore from McMinnville, Tennessee. I don't think his parents are here. Terry and Sierra, so I would anticipate that they are listening in on the Full Count Broadcast Network because Paducah does not have a video feed. They are radio only. T. Nana and Duda in the stands from Gallatin. And it is national anthem time, so if you're not familiar, we cannot carry the national anthem on YouTube or Facebook. So we'll be right back after this break.
Escape to a taste of the tropics with Frosted Luau, Hendersonville's favorite soft-serve ice cream truck. Indulge in our creamy delights with options for everyone, including dairy-free and vegan treats. Planning a corporate event or a birthday bash? Let Frosted Luau cater to your sweet cravings. Visit frostedluau.com, follow us on Instagram at Frosted Luau, or call 615-422-6133 to book your luau today. Frosted Luau, where every cup is a vacation.
Think about something for a moment. Every single business, from the smallest neighborhood bakery to the biggest multinational corporation, is someone's dream come true. The byproduct of planning and determination and hard work. If you own a business, you already know that. So you'll also understand that fire and security protection isn't just about protecting property. It's about safeguarding dreams. At Corson, that's what we've specialized in since 1946. Corson Fire and Security. Corson.com.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Jim Ferguson would say, let's play ball. A young lady might be 11, 12 years old, just sang the national anthem. We're going to have the first pitch thrown out tonight. Not going to throw. They're going to just hand. Nope, here we go. I saw some young guys with batting helmets on that went and handed some baseballs to the home plate umpire. There's the young lady that's going to throw out the first pitch. Did not get her name. Let's see if she gets it there. It's going to be a one-hopper. T. Nana and Duda, that's Landon Ward's grandparents from Gallatin. Maybe they brought his jersey. He forgot it. T. Nana, did you bring his jersey? Is that why you came? We'll have to see if right now he doesn't have it on. He's got shorts and a t-shirt, or the rhythm shirt, Landon Ward. He told him, I said, well, you learned that lesson right there. Before you leave the house, you check hat to cleats. Make sure you got everything. We tell my son, hat to cleats, buddy. Work your way down. The girls who were cheerleaders, it was head to toe as well, but for heaven's sakes, whatever you do, don't forget your bloomers. That'll sit you on the sidelines as a cheerleader. You can't go out there wearing those little skirts without bloomers on underneath it. As far as I remember, my daughters Cassidy and Delaney did not forget those. Now Adcock out loosening up for the Chiefs. Big tall right-hander from the University of Kentucky. Don't have his Kentucky stats, but his second start for the Chiefs, and it's his second in 5 days. He has gotten 2 appearances against the Madisonville Miners. His first start of the year, he went 6 innings, did not give up any runs until the 6th inning, gave up a pair. Paducah ended up winning that game 9-7. Try to get to the stand or the Paducah Chiefs schedule here. Give you a little heads up. They've won, as I said, they won 4 in a row. But prior to that, they lost 2, 4, 6, 7 in a row. So after having a really, really bad stretch, defeated Madisonville that 9-7 game, Fulton 15-1, 8-5 over Henderson, and Hoptown 6-1 as we are ready for action. Here is John Paul Head, who hasn't played since the Hoptown game where he got hit in the head, and first pitch is inside as we are underway. At 6:38 Central Time, game time temperature 90 degrees, feels like 100. Head takes a called strike. Count goes 1 ball, 1 strike. John Paul Head leading the Ohio Valley League in most offensive categories. 514 batting average. Checks his swing, and they check down with Chris Dykeman at first, and he did not check a swing. That's strike 2. He is the most runs scored, the most hits, the most doubles, the most RBIs, and the highest on-base percentage. Swings at a breaking pitch there and does something he doesn't normally do. It's only his 8th strikeout of the year. He's walked 23 times. And now Jackson Cothran steps to the plate. Looking for a new home after 2 years at Ohio University, 2 at Motlow State. He's from Murfreesboro Siegel High School. Jackson hitting 205, chops one to the right side, and it will kick foul. Adcock couldn't get over there in time to field that. Paula Sims, she's listening in. Go Rhythm. Vicky Maloney, super fan, looking for the 11th win in a row for Full Count. And the 23rd victory in 26 games for Full Count against the Paducah Chiefs. 2-1 this year. Cothran playing in his 13th game, looking to get off the schneid, drives one into right field. That'll get down for a 1-out hit. Good start for Cothran. He can get hot. Had a couple of hits against Hoptown the other day. They counted them as doubles, but one was a double, one was a single. Now Devin McCarron's playing shortstop today. He stands in, playing in his 3rd game. He's got hits in the first 2, 3 for 8. Foul tips that one off the glove of Joey Ruiz. Strike 1. McCarron heading to Mercer University after a year at Chattanooga State. He was a Tiger. As an RBI, looking for his first extra base hit for the Rhythm. It had 70 RBIs last year for Chat State. He was a beast. On deck, Jake Merrick, speaking of beasts. Had a great year so far on a 10-game hitting streak. Called strike at the letters. And Adcock is ahead in the count. McCarron is 6 foot, 195 pounds. Actually, you got to change that. He told me he woke up this morning, he was at 205. I said, well, you're carrying it well. I would have never thought you were 205. From Smyrna, Tennessee. He's a creeker from Stewart's Creek High School. Daryl and Amber McCarron, his parents. Caden is a younger brother. He's got a Nana in Smyrna. Pitch is outside for ball 2. Paul and Mimi, they're in Culleoka, Tennessee. Papaw and Granny in Smyrna as well. Played in 55 games last year for Greg Dennis over at Chattanooga State. Adcock comes set a long time. Cawthron does not go. McCarron, they're going to check down at first base to see if he went. First base umpire said no, he did not go. Well, full count Ministries, full count. Sun still shining here, right into the right fielder and the right side of the infield's eyes. See if Cawthron is off. He's swinging those arms. He's 7 for 9. It's a full count first pitch foul ball off the bat of Devin. Don't call me McCarron. That's what he's got to pronounce that for everybody. MC, and then EACH, looks like each Ron, RON. But he pronounces it McCarron. Full count pitch, runner does not go, and McCarron takes a breaking pitch for a called strike right down the gut. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Adcock. Apparently, Devin not expecting the breaking pitch. Now Jake Merrick comes to the plate. 10-game hitting streak for Jake. He's had the last 2 games off after playing the first 20. Throw over to first, Cawthron back. John Paul Head and Charlie Bozeman lead the club in stolen bases with 9. Cawthron, whoops. Oh, he wants to go. They got him. There's lined out to center field. TK McDera comes in and then has to go back and make the catch on the run. He's got a lot of speed out there and made up for a poor jump on the ball as Merrick lines out to the center fielder for out number 3. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base. Heading to the bottom of the first. We're just getting started here in Paducah, Kentucky. We'll be right back.
Feeling tight, stiff, and not quite yourself? Then it might be time to go see the professionals at Absolute Wellness. Located at 101 Tennessee Way, Suite 100 here in Hendersonville, Absolute Wellness can get you back on track with their numerous services like chiropractic care, massage, acupuncture, spinal decompression. Call Absolute Wellness at 615-264-8515 today to get in on some great offers. That's Absolute Wellness. Your road to absolute wellness starts here. We all think about our home's yards, gutters, floors, and so much more. When was the last time you thought about your sprinkler system? That's where Music City Fire Sprinkler steps in. It may shock you that in-home sprinkler systems are discreet and affordable. Let the experts at Music City Fire Sprinkler tell you for themselves. Give them a call at 615-826-7450 or check them out on the web at mcfs.us. That's Music City Fire Sprinkler, proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Sounds like several Rhythm fans are headed to the ballpark or are already here. There is some shade. Not many people sitting over on the sunny part of Brooks Stadium. That's right behind the first base dugout where the Rhythm reside. Jonas Smithson, his first appearance on the mound this summer for Full Count. It's not his first appearance for Full Count ever. I thought he was going to start next Sunday in one of the in game 2 of the doubleheader, but found out before we got on the bus today that he was starting the game today, so didn't do the deep dive for the stats in his Rhythm history. Noah Wagster, TK Madera, and Brett Haas to face Smithson here in the bottom of the first inning. Wagster playing in his 19th game of the year. Sees the first pitch outside for ball 1. Hitting .254. He's got 13 RBI, second on the club in stolen bases. 9 for 12 in that category. TK Madera with a 13. Tapper foul to the far side of the third base dugout. Wagster from Earlham College. Hometown is Fairfield, Ohio. suburb of Cincinnati, my hometown. And the 1-1, a overhand breaking pitch lands a little high. Fastball, splitter, slider, curveball. Smithson likes that splitter. Throws the overhand curve this time, and he's a stubborn guy. He got that one in there for a called strike. It was just a little bit lower. Eric Dunsford made the call. It was a pretty sharp breaker right there. See if he goes with that put away splitter here. Fouled straight back. It looked pretty straight to me, but I am just off to the right. You can see our cameras. Like I have a mouse in my pocket. It's my camera, or Full Count's cameras. I put them up. Nobody here with me tonight. My wife is not here. That's a line drive. That's going to get into left field for a base hit for a Wagster. I'm going to bring up TK Madera. Madera from Palomar College. His hometown is Lakeside, California. In the dirt as Cothran has to make the stop there for ball one. Judy Carver, I know her. That's Mimi. Pop and Mimi and Gallatin. Tap her toward the rhythm dugout. That'll go foul. Then a 1-1 strike count. Madera's going to be a tough one to double up. They're going to need a pretty well hit ground ball to a middle infielder. If they're going to be able to double up TK Madera, throw over to first. Madera playing in his 22nd game. He's hitting .333, 16 RBIs. As a team, I think Paducah has only hit 2 home runs all year. Overhand breaking pitch misses. I shorted them one. They have 3. And Madera has 1 of them. Easton Denning has 1. That pitch sails high and away for ball 3. And don't want to give Madera a free pass. Put some speed on the bases. He's walked 17 times. Struck out 14. Fastball drilled out to center field. Back goes John Paul Head. He leaps. It's over his head. It'll roll all the way to the wall. Wagster rounds third. They'll wave him home. Madera will cruise into third base with a RBI triple. John Paul, misjudgment of that fly ball out there. It was hit a lot better than he thought. And how many triples does Paducah have? 4 of them. That's now 5. As they take an early lead. Still nobody out. Brett Haas, the third baseman, stands in. Breaking pitch right over for a called strike. Haas from Northeast Mississippi Community College, hometown right here in Paducah, Kentucky. Playing in his 20th game. Takes another breaking pitch that missed maybe a little up. Otto Rubio. He's looking for Once wins. Haas has stuck away from that inside breaking pitch. Gunnar Bingham, the 6-hole hitter for the Chiefs. Has 2 hits in his first 2 games, and they've both triples. So K. Madera, that was his first triple of the year. 3-1 pitch, breaking pitch over for a called strike. And with a runner at third base, we'll have a full count Ministries, full count. Rhythm wearing their baby blues today, tops and bottoms. Sky blue, baby blue hat. All 4. First 3 have reached on Jonas Smithson here in his first outing. Jackson Cawthorn will go have a word with the right-hander. Cawthorn in his 4th year with full count. He and Smithson have been around each other quite a bit in the summers, so you'll see if he can offer some friendly advice with runners at the corners in Easton Denning stepping to the plate. He hit his home run, might have been in the first game of the year. Let's see if I can pull that up real quick. It was. Has not hit one since. Hitting .324, he has 14 RBIs. He takes a healthy cut at the first glider that he sees and comes up empty. Easton for Vol State this past year. 61 RBIs, had 5 home runs. Tops in a conference in doubles with 22 is another breaking pitch, sails high and away. Denning and his former teammate Braxton Alexander traded Chiefs uniforms. Braxton had number 44 to start. Easton had number 36, and I'm guessing that 44 was a little bit bigger of a jersey. Fastball misses. Count goes 2 balls and a strike. Rhythm looking to see if they can get a ground ball to a middle infielder. Jake Merrick at third playing on the grass. So if he gets something right at him, I would assume he will look Madera back. Maybe go to second to get the lead runner. 2-2 pitches swung on and missed. Another breaking pitch. Denning from McMinnville, Tennessee, played at Warren County High School. He's a biology major at Volunteer State. Younger siblings Ruby, Willa, and Lawson. Pappy and Nani are in McMinnville, and he swings and misses. Denning is out due to runner being at first base. And there's the first out of the inning. A Safeware strikeout. Braden Baker stands in, the 5-hole hitter. He's a shortstop. And the Rhythm could get out of it. That's a line right to the right fielder. It will drop right in front of Sargent for an RBI single. I think Nolan thought about maybe giving that a dive, but probably better off to check up and just let a run come in to score. Running was probably going to score anyway. Didn't see where Madera, if he was actually trying to tag up, which it was the actual play that he should have been making. I was watching the baseball. Gunnar Bingham stands in, and there's a ball in the dirt. It's off the chest of Jackson Cawthorn, stays right in front. The runners cannot advance. Bingham, a left-handed hitter. He's from Eddyville, Kentucky. Plays his college baseball at Murray State. Primarily a pinch runner for the Racers, from what I recall. And he has been with the Paducah Chiefs, seems like every year that we've been coming here. Not sure if it's his 4th or 5th year. Playing now in his 3rd game. Breaking pitch gets in there after 2 wide ones. 2 for 9, and both hits are triples. He has 6 RBIs with those 2 hits in 2 games. Runs pretty well. Foul tips that one. And Smithson back in the count with a 2-ball, 2-strike count. On deck, Jab and Gautier 2 on, 2 in, 1 out here in the bottom of the first. My recollection, the 7-6 win in game 1 here by full count. Rhythm were down, I think 6-0 in that game. Ended up coming back and getting a run the ninth. Another bounce ball that bounces off of Cothran's chest, and we'll have a full count Ministries full count. Jonah apparently does not have the feel for that particular pitch, I believe, that he's throwing. Ground ball, that gets into the Rhythm dugout, heads up in there. Don't think there's a railing, but there's not a screen in front of that railing. So if you're not paying attention there, you got to get a face full of baseball. Jimmy Gamboa's and Josh Carmen, I can see standing on this side of the dugout. So apparently everything's okay. Another one bounced and ball 4. The bases are now loaded. Second walk of the inning. 3 hits in the inning. 1 strikeout, and it brings up Javin Gauthier, the DH. Jimmy Gamboa will come out and have a chat with Jonah Smithson. Jimmy, I'm sure glad to get the interim head coach hat off. As how many games did he win while Josh Carmen was gone? Maybe 7? Let's see if I can find that real quick. The PA man is making the announcement that if somebody thought today was the doubleheader day, he's correcting them, saying it's not. So Josh left after the Henderson game on Friday. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7 straight victories as Josh Carmen was on mission. Jimmy Gamboa with the perfect record. Gauthier looks at a breaking pitch and a successful meeting by the pitching coach as Smithson gets the first pitch to Gauthier in for a called strike. Playing in his 18th game, ground ball to the right side, and that's going to squeak on by the diving Blake Carter. 1 run comes in. Throw goes to the middle of the infield, and an RBI single for Gauthier. And the 4th hit. Bases remain loaded, and 3-0 Paducah pouring it on here in the first. 8-hole hitter Joey Ruiz steps in, and he tried to check, and he cannot. He's a Texan. San Antonio, Texas, his home. Played his last year at Three Rivers Community College. Be a rising redshirt sophomore. Run saved there by Jackson Cothran on a breaking pitch in the dirt. Single by Noah Wagster. Triple by TK Madera. Walk to Brett Haas. The triple scored Wagster. There's a called strike, and Smithson could use another strikeout here with 1 out and the bases loaded. Ruiz is 3 of 7, and he's also been hit by a pitch. Got a double and an RBI. And there it is, a Safeway strikeout on the outside corner. Sets down Ruiz. Smithson will hope to lessen the pain here if he can get Nate Lang, who's hitting 114. He's played in 16 games. Lang from Keevil or Kevel, Kentucky. I don't know. Swing and a miss. He's a Bellarmine Knight, though, Bellarmine University. Kevil. Lou D'Alessio up in New Jersey says, let's go, boys. A lot of pitches being thrown. And I'm sure he was on a pitch count of about 60 or 65. That breaking pitch misses down. 2 balls and a strike. Coming up on 40 pitches in the first inning, swing and a miss on another breaking pitch. Three singles in the inning and a triple. Swing and a miss. And Cothran steps on home plate to record the out. Another Safeware strikeout ends the inning. 3 strikeouts in the inning for Smithson, but 4 hits after 3 runs are scored. No errors, 3 runners left aboard. So there is a right-hander, Braylon Hall, that is loosening in the full count bullpen. We'll see if Jonas Smithson goes out for the second or not, but the Rhythm has some work to do with the Old Hickory Bats. See what they can do here in the top of the second. You're listening to the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Don't strike out at your next party. Order the food that will get your crowd cheering. Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. We have many catering options available, from our Chick-fil-A nugget trays to our original Chick-fil-A sandwiches to our chocolate chunk cookies and fudge brownies. We have something for everyone. Order online at chickfil-a.com or call the store at 615-851-4007.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Tim Reese on the Full Count Broadcast Network. As we go to the top of the second inning, 5, 6, and 7 due up for Full Count to face Niall Adcock. It's Trace Simmons, who's a DH tonight, Jake Turr, the second baseman, and Nolan Sargent, the right fielder. Fulton Railroaders have come back in spades against Hoptown. They were losing 6-2 when we started our game. Fulton is now up 12-6. What in the world has happened up there in the Twin Cities? Only 2 home runs, and the first 2 runs for Fulton scored on a Dylan Cool 2-run home run. Elijah Nickel has apparently a grand slam, it looks like, as he replaced Jaden Perez. First pitch to Simmons misses somewhere. Trace hitting .309, playing in his 17th game. Fouls that one up and out of play. A AAA autoglass foul ball. Kevel sounds like level. Thank you, Mary Jane Farmer. I'm going to write that down. Let's see if I can remember that from now on. 2 balls and a strike. I wouldn't want it to sound like evil myself. 2-1 pitch. Misses down.
That's the difference between me and a hot ball and I don't halftime. I don't. Most people call it here.
Chopper toward, well, that's Carson Howard. He's actually coaching at third, and Jimmy Gamboa is at first. So leave Carson Howard at third base, says Josh Carman. We'll let Jimmy Gamboa. He's a little bit older than Carson Howard. We're going to save the pitching coach's legs. He's closer to the Rhythm dugout. Full Count Ministries, full count to Trace Simmons. Get the full count up there. And now we'll walk him. First batter of the second reaches via the walk. First walk by Niall Adcock. It is Simmons' 10th walk on the year. And Jake Turr, a big hit in the come-from-behind victory against Madisonville the other day. 2-run single. He chops one to the right side. It will stay foul. Turr from Tampa, Florida, University of Tampa. That's where he played this past year, hitting .275, playing in his 12th game of the year. He hit a home run, a solo shot at Hoptown the other night, has 8 RBIs.
He would have been here.
Rhythm trying to get back in the ball game, trail 3-0. Fastball down. Simmons will surprise you at first base. He's 2 for 2 in stolen base attempts. Might not be going down by 3 here in the second. Turr cannot get the old hickory on that breaking pitch. I told the folks sitting in front of the press box here that there was a microphone above them, so it's on them if we get to hear part of their conversation. Swinging a miss by Turr, and he's down on strikes. That's a pitch. Didn't look like it was ever in the strike zone. He must have been guessing fastball. 3rd strikeout of the ball game by Adcock, and the first out here in the second. Nolan Sargent in the portal. I understand the portal has closed as of this afternoon. So everybody needs to find a dance partner. Nolan leaving after 1 year at Belmont. He's from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Looks at ball 1. Hitting .226, playing in his 16th game. He's got a couple of doubles, a triple, 5 RBIs from that left side. Has also walked 11 times. And the Nats are back here in Brooks Stadium inside the press box. Have to open the windows because of the cameras. And I don't know what attracts these gnats inside the booth, but they're everywhere. But I got them at my house too. 2-0 pitch. Simmons leads, and he watches the ball go low and outside for a 3-0 count. Blake Carter on deck. Sargent, 5'10", 180 pounds. Waves that old hickory and takes a called strike. Son of Scott and Leah Sargent, brother to Tucker. Got a papaw and a granny and a nanny in Chattanooga. 3-1 pitch. Popped out of play, a AAA autoglass foul ball. Brings us to a full count, Ministries full count. Folks still arriving here at Brooks Stadium in Paducah. Took us about 2.5 hours, I guess, to get here. Left Framework Athletics a little bit before 2 o'clock. The runner takes off at first, pitches a called strike, throw down to second base. That's a strike him out, throw him out to end the inning. There's Simmons thrown out, caught stealing. Out number 3 is Nolan Sargent looked at a pitch seemingly right down Broadway for the 4th strikeout of the ball game for Adcock. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Jonas Smithson back out for the bottom of the second. See if he fares better than the bottom of the first. We'll be right back on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Feeling tight, stiff, and not quite yourself? Then it might be time to go see the professionals at Absolute Wellness. Located at 101 Tennessee Way, Suite 100 here in Hendersonville, Absolute Wellness can get you back on track with their numerous services like chiropractic care, massage, acupuncture, spinal decompression. Call Absolute Wellness at 615-264-8515 today to get in on some great offers. That's Absolute Wellness. Your road to absolute wellness starts here.
Compliant with code. If you're a facility manager or building owner, you've heard the term plenty of times. At Corson Fire and Security, we work to keep buildings compliant with the most demanding code of all, our own. We've been protecting people and property since before most of today's codes were even written. And what we've learned along the way makes us the best choice to partner with for the future. Corson Fire and Security, celebrating 70 years. Learn more at corson.com.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Top of the order for the Chiefs. Noah Wagster will be followed by TK Madera and Brett Haas, who went single, triple, and walk, and all three scored in the bottom of the first inning. Stay tuned toward the end of the game. Well, the Chick-fil-A of Rivergate player of the game. We'll also have the Full Count Ministries versus of the game. Couple more tonight. Good start to the bottom of the second for Jonas Smith. Gets the first two to Wagster. Didn't look like he was interested in going after either one of those breaking pitches. 0-2 pitch down in the dirt. Josh Cothran here in the bottom of the second, already filthy behind the plate. He has blocked a bunch of balls already. And Jonas Smithson depends on that with that splitter. And he got an ugly swing and a miss there for a Safeware strikeout. All outs recorded have been Safeware strikeouts. TK Madera lined a shot out to just to the right of center field, out toward that 400-foot marker. And John Paul Head playing center field. Maybe it's his second game. Normally plays right field. He's playing a whole lot deeper this time. Giving Madera, who nubs one off the end of the bat over to McCarron. His throw to first is right on time. Nice play by Devin McCarron for his first opportunity at shortstop. He told me before the game that his outings at shortstop at Chat State were not pretty. That was a tough play to get a speedy TK Madera. He didn't have a lot of time to think about it. And Jonas Smithson with 2 outs here in the second. And that pitch misses high. Just don't have a better place to put this crowd mic that's not right in somebody's conversation. Breaking pitch apparently missed down. Janice Swope listening in from parts known around the world. That one whispers at the outside corner for a called strike. Haas walked with TK Madera on third base. That breaking pitch working for Smithson now. Keeping it out of the dirt for the most part. 2 outs, 2 ball, 2 strike count, nobody on. Ground ball to third. It's going to be a tough play. Merritt gloves it. And now, after getting it, throws a strike to Blake Carter. That gloving was the hard part. Then a 1-2-3 inning for Jonas Smithson. That might have just earned him another inning, as he had 41 pitches in inning number 1. And I'm guessing probably no more than a dozen in the second. 3-0, Paducah leads. We'll be right back with the top of the third after this short break.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Safeware is there when response is critical. assisting in the classroom as you shape the future of America, helping you build roadways and infrastructure for tomorrow. With protective solutions, innovative technology, and leading technical services, Safeware works tirelessly to provide our nation's workforce with confidence in their safety. Before, during, and after, Safeware is there.
Blake Carter, Cade Moore, then the top of the lineup, John Paul Head to face Niall Adcock, tall right-hander, a Wildcat from the University of Kentucky. Rhythm, no runs, 1 hit, no errors. Paducah, 3 runs, 4 hits. Those were all in the first inning. Eric Dunsford, home plate umpire, has to come back to the backstop. Pick up an errant pitch from Adcock's warm-ups. Nobody saw that over there to help out the umpire. Telling you, as a former catcher, I used to try my best to suck up to umpires. I'd never let them go get a ball. Blake Carter swings at the first pitch, and that takes a bite out of Joey Ruiz, the catcher. Blake playing his 20th game of the year, leads the club in official at-bats, starts with 79 official plate appearances. He's also walked 7, so he's up around 86 total plate appearances. 2 doubles, 1 home run, 12 RBIs. Hitting just above 200. It's going to need to get untracked for full count. Pitch misses inside, misses the glove of Joey Ruiz. And there you see Cade Moore helping people out. Carter at Lipscomb last year, 6'3", 215-pound rising sophomore from the Webb School. Grounds 1 to shortstop. Backhanded by Braden Baker, and his throw to Easton Denning is on time. Baker backhanded that ball right in front of him. Now Cade Moore, Trevecca Trojan from Terre Haute, batting 9th tonight. Nice little humpback breaking pitch in there for a called strike. Cade, 6 foot, 175 pounds. Started his baseball at Kentucky Wesleyan first couple of years, 23 and 24. Has a chopper to short. Baker is going to charge this one. And Moore runs quickly, and he beats that one out. Nice throw by Baker, but Moore runs well. That's an infield single with 1 out. They'll bring up John Paul Head. Did not look good in his first at-bat in the first inning. Struck out 1 breaking pitches. And he hits one off the handle to third. He go to second for 1, and the ball jumps out of the hand of Noah Wagster on his attempt to throw to first base. And that is out number 2 as Moore is forced out at second, 5-4. John Paul did not get the head of the bat on that ball. He's now 0 for 2. But he's standing at first base for Jackson Cawthorn, who did single in the first inning. Cawthorn, the son of Josh and Charlie in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Brothers and sisters, Easton, Weston, Jacob, and Savannah. Papa and Nana in Murfreesboro. Grandma Pat is in Florence. Not Kentucky, but Alabama. 4th year with full count, the longest current player with the Rhythm. Drives one to center field. Back goes Madera. He's still going back, and he makes another running catch toward the outfield and robs extra bases from Jackson Cothran. I did it again, Josh. He struck that one well, and that would have been out at a couple of different stadiums, or at least off a wall, but TK Madera can go get him in center field. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base again. We're headed to the bottom of the 3rd, 3-0. Paducah leads.
Escape to a taste of the tropics with Frosted Luau, Hendersonville's favorite soft serve ice cream truck. Indulge in our creamy delights with options for everyone, including dairy-free and vegan treats. Planning a corporate event or a birthday bash? Let Frosted Luau cater to your sweet cravings. Visit frostedluau.com, follow us on Instagram at Frosted Luau, or call 615-422-6133 to book your luau today. Frosted Luau, where every cup is a vacation.
United Machine and Tool has been manufacturing the highest quality projects for a wide variety of industries for over 35 years. We deliver high-quality CNC machine components and fabrication projects from prototype to production. United Machine and Tool is committed to quality and excellence in the manufacturing industry. We're located in Goodlettsville, Tennessee. Check us out on the web at umttn.com for any manufacturing need. That's United Machine and Tool, a proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Fulton Railroaders have defeated the Madisonville Miners in game 1 of their doubleheader, 12-6. Puts them at 13 wins. Not sure percentage-wise where that puts them with Henderson, but they've got another game to go, so we won't get ahead of ourselves here. Easton Denning stands in against Jonas Smithson out for his 3rd inning, takes ball 1. Looks like a fastball high and away. Denning struck out swinging on a breaking pitch his first time up. And a 2-0 count. Denning, Braden Baker, and Gunnar Bingham due up here in the bottom of the 3rd. 3 in the bottom of the 1st for the Chiefs. Easton Denning got some at-bats at Trevecca this past fall. His volunteer state plays over at Trevecca every fall. Look good. He swings at the 3-0 pitch and clubs one to left center field. Over is Cade Moore, and he'll make the catch for out number 1. Easton Denning, the green light on a 3-0 pitch. He goes the opposite way, and again, it might have been out at several stadiums in the Ohio Valley League. This being the biggest one. It's a long fly out. Braden Baker, who singled to right, drove in a run in the 1st, fouls the first pitch off. That gets into the parking lot. AAA Autoglass foul ball. Baker also in Murray State. And let's see if they do check, and they check with the first base umpire. He says he did not go.
You're doing it.
I might have heard. I'm not positive I heard this. Braden Baker is. I do know he's from Murfreesboro. He might be in the portal. Reese Oakley, another Murray State racer, is a pitcher, right-handed pitcher. The brother of Evan Oakley was a former Chief. That breaking pitch gets in for a called strike. Count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. Smithson has retired the last 6 Chiefs after giving up 4 hits and 2 walks in that first inning. The 2-2 This is low and away, and Full Count Ministries full count. Gunnar Bingham, Murray State racer, is on deck. Brevin Scott, also Murray State, on the Paducah Chiefs. Swing and a miss and a safe flare strikeout for Smithson. He went to the breaking pitch. Got his 5th strikeout. Just needed to dust the rust off or knock it off. I guess the Chiefs knocked it off. Now Gunnar Bingham, who walked but was stranded with the bases loaded when Nick Lang struck out. Jonas' first outing with a rhythm this year, swing and a miss on a breaking pitch. Just joining us, a right-hander from Trevecca Nazarene. He's from Hendersonville, state champion at Good Pasture High School. Ground ball to the right side. Blake Carter is going to have to glove an underhand to Smithson, who steps on the base just ahead of Gunnar Bingham for another 1-2-3 inning. And that is now 8 straight retired and might be the end of Jonas Smithson's evening, as he is on a pitch count. So great bounce back after that first inning. We're going to the 4th. Thanks for joining us on YouTube and Facebook on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Corson Fire and Security first opened for business in 1946. From the very beginning, we understood something important. We're not just protecting buildings. We're protecting the dreams that built them. We're protecting the lives unfolding inside them. Fire extinguishers, sprinkler systems, and security products are the tools of our trade, but people are the inspiration behind it. For 7 decades, we've never forgotten that. Corson Fire and Security. Corson.com.
We all think about our home's yards, gutters, floors, and so much more. When was the last time you thought about your sprinkler system? That's where Music City Fire Sprinkler steps in. It may shock you that in-home sprinkler systems are discreet and affordable. Let the experts at Music City Fire Sprinkler tell you for themselves. Give them a call at 615-826-7450 or check them out on the web at mcfs.us. That's Music City Fire Sprinkler, proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
"65 pitches for Jonas Smithson." It appears as though Braylon Hall will begin loosening again in the rhythm bullpen, so I would expect that he will come in the bottom of the 4th. Top of the 4th inning for Full Count is Devin McCarron, Jake Merrick, and Trace Simmons. McCarron takes a pitch inside for ball 1. Devin took a full count pitch right down the can as he chops one foul down the third base line. Gloved by Brett Haas. McCarron goes ahead and runs it out, but it'll be a foul ball. Devin runs pretty well. Rhythm already have an infield single. That was Cade Moore, who hit a slow roller to shortstop Braden Baker. He charged it, did all he could do. His good throw was a little late to get Moore. Rhythm just cannot push anybody to second base yet. We've had 3 runners on, but make it 4 different players. But nobody has been able to get in safely at second base. Karen's 3rd game with a rhythm. There's a ground ball to third. Takes a nice little Sunday hop for Haas. He throws low, but 6'3" Easton Denning stretches out. Make the grab for out number 1. Now Adcock wears the number 88 on the back of his Paducah Chiefs uniform. I don't know if he's a big Dale Earnhardt fan or not. I think that was one of his numbers that he ran with. I'm not a big racing fan, but pretty sure that was a number for him. Jake Merrick takes a ball right down Broadway for a called strike. Lined out to TK Madera to end the first. That was one of those that Madera had to catch running toward the wall. Jake, second on the club in hitting. He's hitting .409, playing in his 21st game. 3 doubles, a triple, 3 home runs, 29 RBI. Sliced that one foul into the parking lot. AAA Autoglass foul ball over toward the Anchor Transportation bus. Steven Ardito, our Anchor Transportation bus driver, is back from his trip down to Georgia, Savannah. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Merrick. University of Alabama, Birmingham from Knoxville, Tennessee, Farragut High School. Walked 22 times. That's second to John Paul Head's 23, and it's third in the Ohio Valley League. A.J. Armstrong with Fulton started tonight with 25 walks. 2-2 pitch. Merrick cannot hold up and takes a half swing, and he's down on strikes for out number 2. 5th strikeout for Adcock. Could not hold up on the breaking pitch, and the first 2 retired here in the top of the 4th. Rhythm with the day off yesterday, having a little trouble getting back on track. 8-7 victory in their last game against Madisonville. 8 runs and 9 hits in that game. Trey Simmons takes a called strike. Gabi is online. Gabi Perrell, mother of Levi Perrell, cheering from North Carolina. Simmons way out in front of that. He's down in the count now, 0-2. One of the all-time favorite players for Full Count, Levi Perrell from Catawba. He and Drew Robertson. I think Drew did a bunch of recruiting down there, brought us some Catawba Indians a couple of years. We got one. Parker Staborski from Catawba is on the squad this year. Trey Simmons, he's looking for a new opportunity, leaving Lincoln Memorial University, LMU. Hoping to make his decision here soon, still weighing offers. Drew a walk leading off the second and starts to go after that one. They want to check down at first base. Chris Dykeman, the first base umpire, has been busy tonight. Helping out home plate umpire Eric Dunsford. Gabi Perrell, one of the super fans, would watch when she wasn't at the ball games. Ground ball to third. Haas has to backhand, and he does. And his throw to Denning is in time for a 1-2-3 inning for the Chiefs. Couple of ground outs to the third baseman. Sandwiched in between is the 5th strikeout of the ball game by Adcock, as he is now through 4 shutout innings, giving up 2 hits. We are headed to the bottom of the 4th. We'll have a Hendersonville Firefighters Association call to the bullpen when we return. Right here on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Escape to a taste of the tropics with Frosted Luau, Hendersonville's favorite soft serve ice cream truck. Indulge in our creamy delights with options for everyone, including dairy-free and vegan treats. Planning a corporate event or a birthday bash? Let Frosted Luau cater to your sweet cravings. Visit frostedluau.com, follow us on Instagram at Frosted Luau, or call 615-422-6133 to book your luau today. Frosted Luau, where every cup is a vacation.
Think about something for a moment. Every single business, from the smallest neighborhood bakery to the biggest multinational corporation, is someone's dream come true. The byproduct of planning and determination and hard work. If you own a business, you already know that. So you'll also understand that fire and security protection isn't just about protecting property. It's about safeguarding dreams. At Corson, that's what we've specialized in since 1946. Corson Fire and Security. Corson.com.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Third base, Hendersonville Firefighters Association call to the bullpen for the Rhythm. Braylon Hall from Lee University, 6'2", 170-pound right-hander from Knoxville's Farragut High School. Business administration major over at Lee University, the son of Scott and Suzanne Hall. He's got a Nana in Lenore City. Tanner Sandell just got back from Nicaragua on the third week of mission, is his mentor. As the first pitch he delivers to Javin Gauthier is in there for a called strike. 7th appearance of the year for Hall, all in relief. 11 innings, giving up 9 hits, 3 runs. Only one of those is earned. Walked 3, struck out 8. Has a league-leading plunking of 7 batters. And honestly, that's actually only 6. Some official score charged him with a hit batter on what ended up being really ball 4. That's fisted over toward Devin McCarron, the shortstop, who will make the catch for out number 1. He has a 0.82 ERA despite those 6 or 7 hit batters. Suzanne Hall rooting for Braylon. And a first pitch swinging Joey Ruiz, AAA autoglass foul ball. Listening in Farragut, Tennessee, over in East Tennessee by Knoxville. He'll see if he can keep the Chiefs at bay after they scored 3 in the bottom of the first inning. They blitzkrieged Jonah Smithson in his first inning. Jonah, excellent job to finish up as he retired the last 8 Chiefs that he faced. Struck out 5. Ground ball up the middle. McCarron has that ball hop up on him. I would assume that's going to be a single by Ruiz. They do flash a hit up on the board. So it was up the middle and not hit especially hard, but right at the last second, took a hop up the left arm of Devin McCarron, the shortstop. So 1 on, 1 out as number 9 hole hitter Nate Lang, who's a strikeout victim, to end that 3-run first, stands in. Left-handed hitter. He takes a strike at the letters on the inside corner. Let's see if Braylon can induce a ground ball for a dudette double play. Calling in prescriptions here. That one nearly hit Lang. Is Braylon pitching inside. 1-1. Lang struggling in the beginning of the year here for the Chiefs, hitting 114 as he comes into action tonight. Throw over to first. I was looking down at my paper. Joey Ruiz in there safely. Two one, ground ball. Hall, throw to McCarron for 1 and on to first, just what the doctor ordered. A 1-6-3 dudette double play to end the inning. Good job, Braylon, pitching and fielding. No runs, 1 hit. No errors, nobody. And I mean nobody left on base. We're through 4, and it's 3-0 Paducah. We'll head to the top of the 5th inning. We're scheduled for 9. This is a single 9-inning game today.
Feeling tight, stiff, and not quite yourself? Then it might be time to go see the professionals at Absolute Wellness. Located at 101 Tennessee Way, Suite 100 here in Hendersonville, Absolute Wellness can get you back on track with their numerous services like chiropractic care, massage, acupuncture, spinal decompression. Call Absolute Wellness at 615-264-8515 today to get in on some great offers. That's Absolute Wellness. Your road to absolute wellness starts here. We all think about our home's yards, gutters, floors, and so much more. When was the last time you thought about your sprinkler system? That's where Music City Fire Sprinkler steps in. It may shock you that in-home sprinkler systems are discreet and affordable. Let the experts at Music City Fire Sprinkler tell you for themselves. Give them a call at 615-826-7450 or check them out on the web at mcfs.us. That's Music City Fire Sprinkler, proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Let's shout. Jake Turr, Nolan Sargent, Blake Carter, 6, 7, and 8 to face Niall Adcock. Second start in 5 days. Back on June 25th, just 5 days ago, he threw 6 innings against the Madisonville Miners in his first start, his third appearance at that time. 6 innings of 2-run baseball. Ended up 9-7 that Paducah got the win. Aunt Posh and Uncle Louie listening in. First pitch swinging, Jake Turr. Lines went out to right field. Gunnar Bingham makes the catch for out number 1. Hit it hard, but right at Bingham. A huge outfield here. About 400 to dead center, 335 down the lines, 370 to 380 in the alley. So biggest park in the Ohio Valley League here at Brooks Stadium. Doc Heidig Field. Doc Heidig is here. Nolan Sargent struck out looking. Takes a called strike. Here he was part of a strike him out, throw him out double play. Trace Simmons going on the pitch. There's a ground ball to the right side. Wagster is able to glove that. Throws wildly, but Denning able to snag that one. Keep Wagster from picking up an error. And 2 out quickly here in the 5th. Now Blake Carter, who grounded out to shortstop to begin the second inning, stands in. Ground ball fouled on the third base line. Nice pick by Pig Howard down there at third base. Rhythm coach, former player for 3 years from the University of North Alabama. Son of Rick and Trish Howard from Pack Road, Alabama. Now Adcock delivers. That's off the end of the bat, and that may drop. Madera comes in, makes a diving attempt. Can't come up with it. And that will be a 2-out bloop single for Blake Carter. Right off the end of that old hickory steel pressed bat. Got the word from Lou D'Alessio as Cade Moore stands in about the bat that was broken at Hoptown, if there was any significance to it at all. There wasn't. First pitch swinging. Cade Moore pops one down the right field line. It will land on the grass. Gunnar Bingham gave it a go, but couldn't get to the fence quick enough. Moore an infield single on a chopper to the shortstop in the third inning. He's 1 for 1. 3 hits now for Full Count. I don't know why they only show 2 up on the scoreboard. See if I can make sure that they have on the game changer as that pitch gets in there for a called strike. Game changer has 3 hits. The scoreboard, it's lacking here tonight. 0-2 pitch coming to Cade Moore. Carter stays put, pitches outside. Joey Ruiz, the catcher, shaking his head like, yes, that's what I wanted. I don't know why you'd want to pitch that far outside, but Gabi says, miss our Tennessee family. Swing and a miss. Moore got tied up with a breaking pitch, and he's down on strikes. Gabi Levi made a big impact on Full Count Ministries and Full Count Rhythm Baseball as well. So feelings are mutual. We miss you and love to see you back at the park, but especially appreciate you posting on our Facebook page. Rhythm, no runs, 1 hit again, and another runner left on base. It is now time for our Full Count history lesson. Our spotlight on previous seasons as the Rhythm are in the middle of a winning streak, 10-game winning streak. Had to look back, I didn't realize, but I knew that 14 was the all-time high for Full Count. That was in 2023. Had 3 8-game winning streaks, 1 in 2021 and 2 in 2022. But also, prior to the 14-game winning streak in 2023, there was a 9-game winning streak. So losing streaks have not been especially long for Full Count. Actually, the longest in Ohio Valley League play, the longest losing streak for Full Count was a 4-game losing streak in, I think that was in 2021, maybe the first year. Maybe, no, I'm going to guess that's 2022. Longest it was. It was 1 time, and after that, never lost more than 1 game at a time after that 4-game losing streak. That might have been at the beginning of the year. But the Rhythm are on a 10-game streak, hoping to make 11, but it's going to have to be a come-from-behind victory as they trail 3-0 here. So we move to the bottom of the 5th inning. Braylon Hall back out on the mound, gets the first pitch in for a called strike to the leadoff batter, Noah Wagster. Just missed with that one. And they have not changed pitchers. I'm going to have to go between innings and let them know that there was a new pitcher in the last inning. They're still showing Jonah Smithson on the mound. So somebody's not paying attention in the press box area. Deep fly out to left center field. John Paul Head hauls that one in for out number 1. I'm in a separate press box just to the right. If I had the telephone number of Aiden, their PA man, who I've talked to before the game, I'd send him a quick text, but I don't. TK Madera looks at a called strike by Braylon Hall. Madera 1 for 2, tripled in the first, grounded out to shortstop. Jake Merrick at third base, playing in at third base on the grass. John Paul Head playing deep in center. There's a ground ball to the right side. Jake Turr gloves and throws on to Blake Carter for out number 2. Brett Haas coming to the plate. He's 0 for 1. Walked, scored in the first, grounded out. Hall misses with the breaking pitch. Now goes 2-0. Haas, the third baseman. There's a breaking pitch that catches the plate. Northeast Mississippi Community College. Trying to remember where that is. They have played basketball against Volunteer State Community College. And there's ball 4 as Hall walks the first batter of the game. It's the third walk given up by Rhythm pitching. Braylon Hall does kind of look like Jonah Smithson. So if you're not expecting a new pitcher like I was, then I can understand where you'd miss that. But Easton Denning stands in. He's 0 for 2. Strikeout and a flyout on a 3-0 pitch. Flew into deep left center field. This was shallow. That may drop. And then Devin McCarron makes a backhanded play with his back to the infield. There's no chance that Cade Moore, who's playing deep, was going to be able to make the play there. But Denning gets robbed of a bloop hit there on a pop out. Put a star by that one for Devin McCarron. Is he getting his first action at shortstop in a good while? No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. I got some work to do to go chat with the official score. I'll be right back.
Feeling tight, stiff, and not quite yourself? Then it might be time to go see the professionals at Absolute Wellness. Located at 101 Tennessee Way, Suite 100 here in Hendersonville, Absolute Wellness can get you back on track with their numerous services like chiropractic care, massage, acupuncture, spinal decompression. Call Absolute Wellness at 615-264-8515 today to get in on some great offers. That's Absolute Wellness. Your road to absolute wellness starts here. We all think about our home's yards, gutters, floors, and so much more. When was the last time you thought about your sprinkler system? That's where Music City Fire Sprinkler steps in. It may shock you that in-home sprinkler systems are discreet and affordable. Let the experts at Music City Fire Sprinkler tell you for themselves. Give them a call at 615-826-7450 or check them out on the web at mcfs.us. That's Music City Fire Sprinkler, proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
There's my good deed of the day. Let the official score know that Braylon Hall pitched the last 2 innings. And now it's time for the Rhythm to get the old Hickory steel press bats going against number 88. Now Adcock still on the mound in the 6th. John Paul Head, Jackson Cawthorn, and Devin McCarron, the top of the Rhythm lineup. First pitch swinging, and that's a AAA autoglass foul ball. And they operate up here in Kentucky. Somebody might need it as folks parking within foul ball range. Head lets that one go by. Had mistakenly understood that John Paul's parents were in attendance at that Hoptown game, but it was not. It was his girlfriend and I think her mother as they carried him back home. He did not have to seek medical attention, but said he did feel lightheaded and nearly gets one in the mush there, backs away. And the count goes 3 balls and a strike. He's from Vestavia Hills in Alabama. 2 sports star there at Vestavia Hills High School. Plays his baseball at UAB and grounds one to the hole, cut off by Haas in his throw over to first base. Retires Head. So he grounds out. John Paul now 0 for 3. That doesn't happen very often. He is on an RBI streak. Gonna have to see how many that is. Wasn't sure he was going to be back to play. Jackson Cawthron steps to the plate. Swings at the first pitch, pops it down the third base line. Haas will come give it a look, but it will land in the bullpen. Five games in a row for John Paul Head in RBIs. Cawthron's 1 for 2, singled in the first, lined out to center field. TK Madera to make a nice play. He's determined to pop out to the left side, though. This one in foul territory, caught by Haas just outside of your viewing area. Route number 2.
Shortstop number 15.
Now Devin McCarron 0 for 2. Suzanne Hall says thank you. We got to get him his stats. Karen lets a breaking pitch go by, and I don't think he's happy about it. Not the call. I think he's wishes he would have been ready for that breaking pitch. Swings and misses at a pitch way outside. Down the count 0-2. Fastball up. Devin was playing in I think it was called the Shenandoah League, maybe in Virginia. Percival, I think was the name of the team. I don't know much about that league at all. I thought he had been playing in that Coastal Plains League. Somebody had said Forest City Owls, but I have heard of that. That's where the Savannah Bananas came out of that league. There's a team called the Chili Peppers and down there. That hurt. Ruiz took that one on that right arm. With nobody on but 2 strikes, you got to go ahead and try to block it just in case McCarron takes a pass at it. And it's a 2-2 count. Nobody on, 2 outs. Adcock winding up and McCarron fouling it off. On deck, Jake Merrick hoping to get an at-bat here in the inning. Rhythm with only 3 hits in the ball game, and not a lot of wood on these. There's a ground ball at the middle, and gloved by Baker, and his sidearm throw is in time to get the speedy Devin McCarron. Nice play there by Braden Baker, the Murray State racer. And a 1-2-3 inning for Niall Adcock. How many pitches has he delivered?
Hey, folks.
We'll figure it out. We'll tell you when we can return. So we are headed to the bottom of the 6th. You're listening to the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Don't strike out at your next party. Order the food that will get your crowd cheering. Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. We have many catering options available, from our Chick-fil-A nugget trays to our original Chick-fil-A sandwiches to our chocolate chunk cookies and fudge brownies. We have something for everyone. Order online at chickfil-a.com or call the store at 615-851-4007.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Dizzy bat race going on here at Brooks Stadium. Nobody threw up. That's good. Thank you, Eric, for getting the correct information out there. I knew he said something about Valley. I thought it was Shenandoah. It's probably in the Shenandoah Valley, but they call it the Valley League. You know, I don't know that much at all about that league. First pitch swinging, Braden Baker. against Braylon Hall in his third inning. AAA Autoglass foul ball. Not sure how long it'll take. The official score as that ball is grounded up the middle for the base hit. Leading off the sixth. Second hit off of Hall. First one out of the infield. And the sixth of the ball game for Paducah Chiefs. Scored 3 runs in the bottom of the first on 4 hits, 2 walks. And nothing since have collected now. The second hit, Bingham does not offer. Started to, but it's called a strike. Let's see if we can get that corrected right there. Braden Baker now 2 for 3. Hall looks over his left shoulder, then his right shoulder, and delivers a fastball high and away. "76 pitches through 6 innings for Adcock. A little bit of a breaking pitch there. Must have been pushed outside for ball 2. Madisonville Miners lead the Henderson Flash in their ball game at Henderson 4-1. Throw over. Baker back in time. Hoptown and Fulton no score in game 2. And yes, as soon as I change the cameras, he throws over again. Baker, trust me, is still on base. Not a big lead, and there's a strike at the letters on the outside corner for a called strike. My wife does not travel. Not on full count away games. 2-2 pitch. Line down the left field line toward their little patio that they have down there, and people can rent that. It's kind of like the Framework Athletics hospitality area. 2-ball, 2-strike count. Another throw over just as soon as I change the camera. Got to be heads up with Braylon Hall on the mound. I could blame my wife. You wouldn't have any idea. Good golly, Braylon. I'm just keeping it there. Not. Baker gets another step, and like he could sense it, Braylon Hall with it. Knew that he was getting another. I don't know if Jake Merrick's telling him, his former high school teammate. Pitch misses outside, and Bingham takes it for ball 3. Full Count Ministries full count to the Chiefs right fielder. There he goes. College baseball, you can throw to a base as many times as you want. You just can't step off the rubber as many times as you want. Not without a penalty. Inside, and Bingham draws the walk. That's his second walk of the ball game. Puts runners at first and second. Second walk by Hall. Bring up Javin Gautier, who every time he's played against Full Count, he's been in the DH spot. Let's see if they're going to go through some signs down there with the third base coach. He's flashing some. I would not be surprised to see a bunt being laid down. Gautier hitting 224. Not squaring here, and takes a ball high. Cade Moore in left, John Paul Head in center, Nolan Sargent in right field. 2 on, nobody out. And a 2-0 count now to Gautier, and Jackson Cothran will take the stroll out to the mound to have a chit chat with Braylon Hall. Jake Merrick is the third baseman. Devin McCarron plays shortstop. Jake Turr is the second baseman. Blake Carter at first base, and Jackson Cothran having a conversation with Braylon Hall. Braylon Hall and Jake Merrick, the third baseman, Charlie Bozeman, reserve on the bench for this game. All three high school teammates at Farragut. They were Admirals over in Knoxville. Timeout called as Braylon Hall. Looked like he was getting into his motion, into his stretch before Gautier had looked up. Check swing foul ball straight back on the 2-0 count. Rhythm will be on the road again tomorrow, traveling to Fulton. Fulton, of course, playing the doubleheader today at home. Will host Full Count in the first game in the month of July. Squaring around the bunt this time, ball goes down low and taken for ball 3. And then be home on Wednesday against the Flash. It'll be kids' night at Drakes Creek, field number 3. And then a Thursday off day. First time the Rhythm have been off on a July 3rd. And there's ball 4, and the bases are loaded. As a right-hander is warming July 3rd. And there's ball 4. Is warming in counts. Bullpen. Joey Ruiz will have to wait until Jimmy Gamboa, the pitching coach, goes out to have a visit. Might be trying to give J.C. Myers in the bullpen a little time to warm up. He just got up, so single by Braden Baker on a ground ball up the middle. Gunnar Bingham walked, and now Javin Gautier draws a free pass. The best scoring opportunity for the Chiefs since the first inning with the bases loaded and nobody out. Joey Ruiz, an 8-hole hitter. He's 1 for 2. He had an infield single and struck out looking in the first inning. Now has 4 hits. Nearly plunked there. On a ground ball back to the pitcher or a strikeout. Hall does not have a strikeout yet. He has faced 10 batters. This is his 11th. AAA autoglass foul ball off to the right side. Jonas Smithson went 3 innings. First inning, not what he was hoping. Gave up 3 runs and 4 hits in that inning, but settled down in innings 2 and 3. Ground ball to Carter at first. He's going to go home for 1, and return throw by Cothran not made. Did not want to risk throwing that in the back of Ruiz, so the force at home plate is out number 1. Nice play by Blake Carter. And the number 9-hole hitter, Nate Lang, who has already grounded into a 1-6-3 double play, is at the dish. Takes a ball away. That'd be a huge get if Hall could get Lang to ground to an infielder. He's going to have to throw a strike to do it probably, and it's 2-0 now. Lang probably taking until he gets a strike. Ball 3. Paul thought that was a lot closer, and Nate Lang, somebody you want to go ahead and throw strikes to. That one gets in there on the outside corner for a called strike. Lang struck out to end the first, grounded into an inning-ending double play in the 4th. And he lines one in the right field for a base hit. That's going to score 1. Bobbled by Sargent. They're going to hold the runner at third. The bobble does not hurt the rhythm, but a RBI single brings in the fourth run. Nate Lang picks up the RBI. Gunnar Bingham scored, and now Gautier at third. Ruiz at second. Nate Lang with the second hit of the inning is at first base as Noah Waxer, the leadoff batter, takes a called strike. Still only one out.
I bet you for a chance he gets left. He didn't clean it late, just scored a run at least.
Fly ball out to right field. Nolan Sargent, he is going to make the catch, and the throw is in time, and the runner stays at third. Nice throw there by Nolan Sargent. Good heads-up play by Gautier to stay at third base. Although the throw was a little bit short. Now 2 outs. TK Madera, 1 for 3, stands in. Still bases loaded. Braylon Hall trying to wiggle off this hook. Ground ball, that's going to get into right field for a base hit. 1 run's going to score. Sargent bobbles again. His throw is up the line and sliding in safely is Joey Ruiz, a 2-run single. And Paducah leads 6-0. TK Madera with 2 runs driven in on that single. He has 3 total. And now the 8th batter of the inning stands in. That's Brett Haas. They have been wearing out that area between Blake Carter and Jake Turr, first baseman and second baseman today. Swinging a foul tip into the mitt to Haas. Sargent has had trouble on a couple of occasions on getting that ball into his glove cleanly out there in right field. Have not spent any time in the outfield area to see if it's choppy or a lot of holes. Ground ball to third, backhanded by Merrick. His only play is all the way to first, and he gets him. What a play by Jake Merrick. Got as far as you can throw a baseball from third base, and a strong throw and a nice stretch by Blake Carter to retire Haas. Put a star by that one, and or the inning could have been even worse for the Rhythm. 3 more on the board for Paducah. 3 runs on 3 hits. No errors, 2 runners left on base. We're through 6. And Paducah in a familiar spot against Full Count, but Full Count came back and won that game 7-6. We'll see if they can do it again here and continue the winning streak. You're listening to the Full Count Broadcast Network.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Safeware is there when response is critical, assisting in the classroom as you shape the future of America, helping you build roadways and infrastructure for tomorrow. With protective solutions, innovative technology, and leading technical services, Safeware works tirelessly to provide our nation's workforce with confidence in their safety. Before, during, and after, Safeware is there.
Last third of the ball game, top of the 7th. They're showing 9 hits for Paducah in the ball game. They're saying that 3 hits given up by Braylon Hall, and that's, or 5 hits given up by Braylon Hall, and that's incorrect. Am I going to have to do their job for them too? And Merrick backs away from an inside fastball. As Niall Adcock is still on the mound. Who did they give that hit to? There's a strike. AAA Autoglass foul ball off to the right. Baker has 2 hits. Bingham does not. Gautier has 1. They gave Ruiz a hit. Chopper to the third base line. Barehanded by Adcock, and he throws on to first base. What a play there to get Merrick. That was a beautiful play off the mound by Niall Adcock. He got Merrick by a couple steps, actually. Throw was just a little bit toward home plate. Denning had to stretch. He is very good at making that play and having his foot stay on first base just the split second that it needs to be on there. And Merrick robbed of an infield single. Trace Simmons 0 for 1 with a walk, stands in. Grounds 2 short and a diving attempt, but that gets into center field. Let's see if they should show a single to Trace Simmons. They flash a hit. I don't know how they could have assumed. Joey Ruiz got up with bases loaded and grounded into a fielder's choice. Is that what they called a single? Jake Turr at the plate. He takes a pitch right down Broadway for a called strike. Yeah, they are out of whack on Joey Ruiz. Again, at the break, I'll have to lose somebody in as Turr fouls that one into the catcher's glove. Simmons leads off a first, down by 6. He's not going anywhere. That is Tommy Hawk to second base. Wagster will throw Turr out on the play. Merrick gets the second. I believe that's the first runner that the Rhythm have had touch second base. It is. Nolan Sargent will step on in the left-handed batter's box. 2 outs and a runner at second for the first time. He's 0 for 2. Called strike on a pitch that whispers at the outside corner. Adcock delivers. There's another strike. Reached out and got a piece of that one, fouled it to the screen. Count remains 0-2. Might have to go without the crowd mic. People are drinking a little alcohol out here, and you have no idea what is going to come out of their mouth. I don't have a 10-second delay that I can use. I don't have somebody to monitor it. So would you have to turn that crowd mic off? 0-2 pitch to Nolan Sargent. Got a wide open left field, pops this one up. On the left side, Brett Haas over, and he makes another catch in foul territory to retire the Rhythm. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. And it is time to go have a conversation with an official score. So I'm going to put it on the logo, and I'll be back quickly. Be right back. Huntersville Firefighters Association call to the bullpen for full count. J.C. Myers from Columbia State is the third pitcher on for the Rhythm. 6'2", 205-pound right-hander, rising sophomore as a Charger. From White House, Tennessee, Davidson Academy is where he played his high school baseball. Son of Jay and Tina Myers. He will face Easton Denning, so it's Columbia State versus Volunteer State. Community College from the TCCAA. The first pitch swinging, foul ball off to the left side. Denning 0 for 3. I think we got the issue corrected in Game Changer, I hope. Breaking pitch misses low and away. JC, the brother of Brittany, Alyssa, and Ashlyn. One count to Denning, left-handed hitting first baseman. It's in third, ball out to left field. Cade Moore is going to come on, and he's not going to be able to get that. It lands at his feet. First time he's playing left field for the Rhythm, and this ball falls. He just didn't have a good read on that. And Easton Denning picks up his first hit. A little bit of a gift right there. Cade Moore playing very deep out in left field. Braden Baker at the plate with one on, nobody out. Breaking pitch stays inside to Baker. He's got a couple of base hits and 3 at-bats. Driven in a run. Long pause by Myers. It's broken back toward the first base. And Blake Carter thought about going to second and ends up underhanding to JC at first base. On the play, the runner goes to second, and there's 1 out. That bat did not die a hero. Gunnar Bingham 0 for 1, couple of walks and a run scored. Stands in, drops that bat head way down behind his back. Takes a called strike. 2 years ago when the Rhythm were in the Ohio Valley League, Gunnar Bingham played for the Chiefs then. He played at least the year before that. So I'm assuming he played last year. That one is spiked and bounces to the backstop. JC looks back at the mound and not sure if his foot got stuck or what, but that is a wild pitch. Some action in the Chiefs bullpen. I would assume that Adcock's night is over. 7 innings. He's had a very, very good outing. Myers misses. The count is 2-1. Gunnar Bingham, don't know what his batting average was at Murray State. I don't think he got a lot of at-bats. I know he did decent amount of pinch running. There's a ground ball to Blake Carter at first base. And he is just going to run the batter back at first as Gunnar Bingham's going to give himself up. So a 3 unassisted keeps the runner at third. And now 2 outs. Gavin Gauthier, who's 1 for 2, stands in. "89 pitches for Adcock." That's lifted out the left center field. Cade's coming back to Cade Moore, but running in front is John Paul Head, who makes the catch for out number 3. Good thing there was no collision there. Moore went behind. Head. No runs, 1 hit. Lead off single by Easton Denning, and he was stranded at third. And we are through 7 complete. Braylon Hall went 3 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs. They were earned, walked 3, did not strike out a batter, faced 15. That's Adcock back out there. As he'll go to the 8th. We'll be right back on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Escape to a taste of the tropics with Frosted Luau, Hendersonville's favorite soft-serve ice cream truck. Indulge in our creamy delights with options for everyone, including dairy-free and vegan treats. Planning a corporate event or a birthday bash? Let Frosted Luau cater to your sweet cravings. Visit frostedluau.com, follow us on Instagram at Frosted Luau, or call 615-422-6133 to book your luau today. Frosted Luau, where every cup is a vacation.
United Machine and Tool has been manufacturing the highest quality projects for a wide variety of industries for over 35 years. We deliver high-quality CNC machine components and fabrication projects from prototype to production. United Machine and Tool is committed to quality and excellence in the manufacturing industry. We're located in Goodlettsville, Tennessee. Check us out on the web at umttn.com for any manufacturing need. That's United Machine and Tool, a proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Now Adcock with 89 pitches comes out for the top of the 8th inning to face 8, 9, and 1 in the Full Count lineup. Blake Carter, Cade Moore, and John Paul Head scheduled. Adcock has scattered 4 hits. 1 runner has reached second base once. That was in the very last inning. Carter 1 for 2. Singled, dropped a flare into center field with 2 outs. Back in the 5th inning, takes a called strike. Madisonville Miners 4-1 over the Flash. That game being played in Henderson. It's gone to the top of the 8th inning. Madisonville with 4 runs, 11 hits. Flash with just 1 run and 3 hits in that game. Rhythm having an off night here with the bat as it stands right now, but we're down 6-0. Back in that game earlier in the year. See when that game was. Another chopper foul, and Carson Howard in and out of his hand. Can't make the play. That was way back on June 4th. Rhythm scored 5 in the 8th. Get back to 6-5, and then 2 more in the top of the 9th. And held on for a 7-6 victory. So this game is not over. It's full count bats here in the top of the 8th inning. Still got 6 outs, and they still got 6 outs. Blake Carter with another base hit. This one a solid shot up the middle. There is double-barreled action in the Chiefs bullpen. Carter's now 2 for 3. Cade Moore had an infield single. His first plate appearance, he's 1 for 2. See if he might lay down a bunt for a base hit. Instead, he swings away. Carson Howard, I'm telling you, he is exuberant tonight going after that ground ball. Doesn't catch it cleanly, but he keeps somebody from having to come out of the Chiefs dugout to hunt that one down. Ruiz has to stretch high and throws a lollipop back to Adcock. On deck, John Paul Head, who is due. Not many games he's gone without a hit. Ground ball to the backhand of the shortstop. Baker is going to go over to second for 1. No throw made as Moore grounds into the fielder's choice. Carter retired on the force out, 6-4 if you're scoring at home. And if you are, I need to know about it. Send me a post on the Full Count Rhythm Facebook page. 63 of you watching on YouTube currently. Appreciate you joining me, whether you're rooting for the Rhythm or the Chiefs. John Paul Head has that one foul tip off of his bat. I don't think he agreed with that call, but his opinion doesn't matter. The scoreboard operator thought it was a ball. Somebody had to correct him. John Paul lines one right over the fence where the substitutes for the Rhythm are sitting. Lou D'Alessio without a hat on over there. And it's 0-2 count to John Paul. 0 for 3. Strikeout, fielder's choice, and a ground out. Trying to find a gap. Nearly had a seat. As appeared almost like an umpire balk there. It almost looked like he was ready to stand up and raise the right hand. Slider misses away, in and out of the glove of Ruiz, but Moore does not try to advance. John Paul is a dozen RBIs ahead of the next competitor. Hayden Jones at Henderson has 26. John Paul Head has 38. John Paul has 36 hits. The next best is Coulter Hamilton at Madisonville with 28. Another pitch inside. 26 runs scored. That leads the OVL. Cliff Weisinger of Madisonville came into the night with 22. Full Count Ministries Full Count. We'll have the verses of the game in the ninth inning, along with the Chick-fil-A of Rivergate player of the game. And John Paul takes the walk. Not a hit, but he's on base. Runners at first and second. And out of the dugout comes who I assume is Kent Wallace, a pitching coach, and I would expect that to be the end of the night. That is only the second walk of the game by Niall Adcock, and he gets a big hand and well-deserved as he goes 7 1/3 innings. I got him with 2, 4, 5 hits. No runs, 2 walks. We got 6 strikeouts. Did not hit a batter and faced 28 batters and is in line for his first win of the year. We'll take a quick break. Tell you about the new pitcher when we return on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
United Machine and Tool has been manufacturing the highest quality projects for a wide variety of industries for over 35 years. We deliver high-quality CNC machine components and fabrication projects from prototype to production. United Machine and Tool is committed to quality and excellence in the manufacturing industry. We're located in Goodlettsville, Tennessee. Check us out on the web at umttn.com for any manufacturing need. That's United Machine and Tool, a proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
The pitcher on for the Chiefs, a lefty, Bradley Zekel from Hanover College, Erlanger, Kentucky. That's where he's from. Where's the number 41? See what kind of statistical accomplishments I can find for him. He is on for his 6th appearance. He has 6 1/3 innings. Giving up only 4 hits, no runs, no walks, 5 strikeouts. Has not plunked a batter. Let's see when the last time Mr. Zekel entered a ball game. A little over a week ago, pitched against the Hoptown Hoppers an inning. Faced just 3 batters. Struck out 1 of them. So he's got 2 appearances in the last 10 days. And he's going to face Jackson Cothran, the left-handed hitting catcher, with 2 on and 1 out. Cothran 1 for 3. Has one sail over his noodle for ball 1. Cothran looking for a grad season somewhere. Not sure. I haven't talked to him to see even where he's thinking he has an opportunity. Catches the outside corner, and a runner from second takes off and goes to third. Heads up play there by Cade Moore. Just kept watching Ruiz throw the ball back to the pitcher. That should be a stolen base. Let's see how that one gets ruled. And runners at the corners. 1-1 pitch sails in there for a called strike. We'll get the count up there. That's what's happening. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss on an inside fastball. Cothran down for out number 2. That'll bring Devin McCarron to the plate. Looking for his first hit of the ball game. Ezekiel gets McCarron swinging. Strike one. They do show Cade Moore with a steal. That's a century steal of third base. Buddy Keith Hopper, hadn't seen him in a couple weeks at church, pushing the crybaby buggy. So I've had to do it. It's okay. I'm a veteran. Been doing it for years. Keith does it so much better, though. Karen looks at a ball up. There is a right-hander still in the Chiefs bullpen, loosening. A 6-run lead for Paducah in the top of the 8th with 2 outs, 2 on. And there's a slow roller, and Ezekiel's going to be able to glove and underhand to Denning for out number 3. As the Rhythm strand 2. A good job by Ezekiel to keep Niall Adcock clean.
No runs on 1 hit, no errors.
One hit in the inning, 2 runners left on base. We're going to the bottom of the 8th. Rhythm down 6-0. Be right back after this break.
Corson Fire and Security first opened for business in 1946. From the very beginning, we understood something important. We're not just protecting buildings. We're protecting the dreams that built them. We're protecting the lives unfolding inside them. Fire extinguishers, sprinkler systems, and security products are the tools of our trade, but people are the inspiration behind it. For 7 decades, we've never forgotten that. Corson Fire and Security. Corson.com.
We all think about our home's yards, gutters, floors, and so much more. When was the last time you thought about your sprinkler system? That's where Music City Fire Sprinkler steps in. It may shock you that in-home sprinkler systems are discreet and affordable. Let the experts at Music City Fire Sprinkler tell you for themselves. Give them a call at 615-826-7450 or check them out on the web at mcfs.us. That's Music City Fire Sprinkler, proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Hendersonville Firefighters Association call to the bullpen Corbin Crosby, the 4th pitcher on for the Rhythm. He is an incoming freshman at Trevecca Nazarene University. He's from Franklin, Tennessee. Attended Lipscomb Academy this past year, won him a state championship. 6'3", 195-pound left-hander, the son of Drew and Melanie Crosby, big brother to Camden, and the grandson of G. Paul in Birmingham, Pops and Nana in Franklin. He is out for the bottom of the 8th inning. And the first pitch he delivers to Joey Ruiz is outside of the strike zone. Crosby has been very effective in his 2 outings, gone 4 innings. Given up only 1 hit, no runs, has struck out 7 in those 4 innings. A 0 ERA. He's gone 3 balls and no strikes to Ruiz, however, here in the bottom of the 8th. 6 runs, 9 hits for Paducah. No runs. The ball is lined, and 1 hop to McCarron. High throw is pulled down by Blake Carter, and he tags Ruiz out, who did not step on first base. So McCarron's errant throw hauled in by Carter. The tag applied in the scorebook. 6-3 for out number 1. Now Nate Lang, who had a RBI single last time he came to the plate, takes a healthy cut, comes up empty. J.C. Myers went 1 inning, faced 4 batters, gave up 1 hit. retired the other 3. Good breaking pitch there by Crosby to get ahead in the count. Little left-handed swinging left fielder. 0-2. Tried to step on a fastball there and yanked it glove side for ball 1. Lined out to center field. John Paul Head comes on, and he's going to make a catch for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the 8th. I don't have the intel on what's the largest lead overtaken or largest deficit overtaken by full count. Noah Wagster fouls the first pitch off to the right side. AAA autoglass foul ball. Foul ball, that's off to the right side. It'll stay inside the Brooks Stadium area. Gets out of play. Nolan Sargent gave it a look, but nothing doing. But Corbin Crosby gets ahead in the count, 0-2 to the second straight batter. Sails one high. Figure out a Chick-fil-A Rivergate player of the game. Just above the letters, Wagster might have thought that was coming in a little bit more than it actually did. Pretty close to ringing him up, but count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Chopper on a off-speed pitch. Count remains 2-2. It'd be tough to have a hitter here with only 2 hits and no runs driven in. Swing and a miss. Corbin Crosby comes in, retires all 3 batters. That's a Safeware strikeout to end the 8th. The Rhythm have to score 6 to stay in the ball game. We're going to keep it right here and try to figure out a Chick-fil-A of Rivergate player of the game. It might end up being Josh Carman, who got back from a successful, or actually, it might be Jimmy Gamboa, who won 7 straight. That's what we're going to do. Jimmy Gamboa, you are the Chick-fil-A Rivergate Coach of the Week this past week, going 7-0. Not saying that full count's going to lose this one yet. It ain't over because the fat lady hadn't sang, but it is not looking good. I wouldn't want to pay for a yard card here to say, yes, the Rhythm are going to come back and win this. But Jimmy Gamboa with a great job with the club in Josh Carman's absence. So Jimmy Gamboa is our Chick-fil-A of Rivergate Coach of the Week. And our Full Count Ministries Verses of the Game, brought to you by Full Count Ministries. Ready out of the book of Ecclesiastes. Folks don't read that book very often. I'm included in that. But there's a couple of verses in the 12th chapter that are excellent. Now all has been heard. Here's the conclusion of the matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the duty of all mankind. For God will bring every deed into judgment, including every hidden thing, whether it is good or evil. Full Count Ministries verse of the game, Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verses 13 and 14. It's Old Hickory steel press bat time. The top of the 9th. Back out on the mound, Bradley Zekel, who retired the only 2 batters he faced. Jake Merrick takes his crack here in the 9th. Jake looking for his first hit. He's got a 10-game hitting streak on the line. Not playing the last 2 games. There's a ground ball right up the middle, backhanded by Wagster. He's not going to get Merrick. And there it is. His hitting streak continues, 11 games. Nice attempt there by Wagster on the dive. Got up and through, but just a little bit down in the dirt. But Merrick had already crossed the bag for an infield single. Merrick now 1 for 4. And that's a good start as Trey Simmons stands in. He's 1 for 2. A few folks said they had traveled up to Paducah tonight, coming up on the 9 o'clock hour. Have to check the weather report, the radar, to see how close the rain is. Popped up. That will get over the seats and into the parking lot. AAA Autoglass foul ball. Temperatures down to 81 degrees. Still feels like 88. Says thunderstorms in the area. Rain possible around 9:30. We got a hustle. There's a breaking pitch in there for a called strike. Simmons takes it. I see some yellow and red in that storm. Thankfully, I'm inside, but got to go outside to get to the bus after packing all the gear. Another foul ball. That will just get over the fenced area behind the seating area here in Brooks Stadium. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Rhythm have not been able to string multiple hits in an inning. Now Adcock as Simmons goes down looking. Zekel's second strikeout brings up Jake Turr, who's 0 for 3. Jake came in hitting .275, 11 hits, 1 solo home run, 8 RBIs. Rhythm going to have to string together a big inning. They're going to get their 11th victory. Came in 17-5. Good stranglehold on first place. Henderson Flash in second place at 12-9. They are trailing to Madisonville late in that ball game. Popped up, AAA Autoglass foul ball, heads up just to the right of the press box. Folks sitting in lawn chairs right behind the back bleachers to the right. Guy said that lady was just going to let it hit her. It ended up going over the fence. 1-1 pitch. That's popped up in the field of play. Easton Denning comes in, makes the catch in fair territory. And the Rhythm now down to their last out. And Nolan Sargent will face the left-handed throwing Bradley Zekel. Now Adcock with a fantastic performance on the mound, 7 1/3 innings, scattered 5 hits, not allow a run, walks 2, strikes out 6, in line for his first victory. Breaking pitch sails high. Jonas Smithson got the start. He is the pitcher of record. He would fall to 0-1. A very abbreviated post-game show. Tapper foul at the plate. Pretty much be non-existent. Tomorrow night we'll be at Fulton. I'll be on the road with the team. So join me on the Full Count Broadcast Network. Appreciate those of you that have commented on Facebook. Let me know you're out there and you're paying attention, like Eric Lamb did, noting that the league I was talking about for Devin McCarron is called the Valley League. 1-1 pitch. Grounded to second. This should do it. And a tough hop for Wagster, but he's going to flip to second base for the fielder's choice. And the Paducah Chiefs end the Rhythm's winning streak at 10 in a game that takes 2 hours and 19 minutes. Is that right? Yes, 2 hours and 59 minutes. Pretty quick ball game. The Paducah Chiefs get the victory 6-0. I remember if full count's been shut out this year. I have to tell you about that on the next broadcast. Adcock moves to 1-0. Smithson 0-1, no save to Zekel, who gets the final outs. Rhythm fall to 17-6. And Paducah comes back even at 11-11. And the Rhythm will be at Fulton tomorrow night. I think they start at around 6:30. So join me on the broadcast there as I'll pack it up and we'll get on the bus back to Framework Athletics tonight after falling to the Chiefs 6-0. Thank you, Paula Sims, and all of you that have checked in on Facebook tonight. Appreciate you watching and listening as Rhythm took one on the chin tonight. For John Smithson, the Director of Ministry for Full Count Ministries, and General Manager and Head Coach Josh Carmen, this is Tim Reese saying God bless you and thank you for watching and listening to another exciting edition of Full Count Rhythm Baseball right here on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
This has been another Full Count Rhythm Baseball game presented by Full Count Ministries and Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. We'll see you next time right here on the Full Count Broadcast.